Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Hope you're all well and safe. In this video I'm going to be talking about how to get started in property for beginners. You must have heard about property as an extra income stream but just don't know where to start. Before you get started in property, you need to look at your goals. You need to know what you want to achieve from it. What do you want to achieve from it? Do you want to earn extra income a month? Is it simply to earn extra income a month, or just to quit your job, or to build a pension or a portfolio to pass on to your children somewhere down the line? For all this, it requires different strategies. You need to know which strategy to follow from day one. Make sure you stick to your goals. Be clear on your goals from day one. Make sure you get a pen and paper, write down what it is you want to achieve from it and how you're going to go about it. This is very fundamental in starting off in property. The other thing is the current situation. You need to look at your current situation. How much money have you got to invest in property? How much money do you need? Does it mean that you need to get an extra income from somewhere? Do you need to get a part-time job or something to actually build up that pot? You might have, say, 10,000 and you want to be able to get a mortgage, a first-time buyer's mortgage, a residential mortgage. So you may need at least 20% deposit. You may need to get a part-time job extra to be able to save that extra money. So if you've already got a job and you've saved up, say, £10,000, you need to save up, say, £15,000 or £20,000. Get an extra job, maybe like a weekend job, maybe an evening job somewhere, you know, whatever it is. Get extra income in so you can save it every month to a side. So say for example you're earning £2,000 a month, at least out of that you should be able to save maybe 500 to 1,000 depending on your circumstances. You could be living at home with your parents, you could be single, you've not got any extra expenses going out every month. Look at your outgoings. Work out what your outgoings are for the month, you know, including all your gym memberships, your bills, your mobile phone bills, you know, your broadband, internet, you know, your car insurance, whatever it is. Write it down on pen and paper, put it into either like a spreadsheet, like an Excel, to give you a total of how much you're spending every month. So at least you know what is your outgoings and what you can save from your monthly income. So any extra that you earn, say from like an additional job, at least you can put that to a side to be able to save up that pot. As you start saving the money, maybe in 6 months time, a year's time, or maybe a year and a half, you've got that lump sum of money where you know you're good to go. You also need to know how much time you want to spend in property. Is this going to be a full-time thing? Is it going to be a part-time thing? You know, are you building it up to be able to leave your job? Do you want to leave your job maybe say in a year or 2 years time and go into property full time? There's a lot of these factors that you need to take into account before you get started in property. So make sure you got a clear understanding of your goals and your current situation before you take that step. Strategies. There's a lot of different strategies that you can follow in property. Maybe you want to make quick money in a few months. Maybe you want to build up a portfolio, earn a few assets. The different strategies, there's so many different strategies out there. You need to know which one is best for you, which one you're comfortable with. It depends how much time is required to work on them strategies. There's a lot of things that you need to take into account. For example, if you want to just buy one property and put it on rent and say if after 5 years see what the market value is of the property, and you want to be able to pull out some of your money so you can invest it into another property? Or do you want to go down a different route? There's so many different strategies out there, but make sure you stick to one in the beginning and just follow that to the end until you're very comfortable with. Now the different type of strategies. Are you wanting to invest in HMOs, house of multiple occupancy? What is rent to rent? Rent to rent is where you rent the property from the landlord, find the tenants, charge the tenant per room. So for example, you've got a 4-bedroom house, you will charge the tenant £500 each. So you will generate £2,000. Out of that £2,000, you might pay the landlord, example, £500 a month for that property. You're left with £1,500. Out of that £1,500, you will take out your council tax, you take out your water, gas, electric, your broadband, and any of your cleaning costs or anything associated with it. So for example, you might have to pay £500 to cover all them costs, and then you might have a management agent in place where you want to pay them say 10% fee to manage it for you if you're not going to manage it yourself. So you will be left with say like £1,000. You can earn anything, so say from £500 to £1,000 per property every month. So it might be that you need 5 of these properties to be able to become financially free, and at that point quit your job. So this can be a passive income for you every month. But remember, don't quit your job until you've got that in place. So it will take a bit of time to build up, but remember, everything happens over time. It's not going to be something that's going to happen overnight. It might take you a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months even, to find your first property on a rent to rent. It can take you up to a year. It all depends on how much time and effort you put into the work to be able to get the gains from it. Rent to rent, serviced accommodation. So what you will do is you rent a property from the landlord. You will then have a special agreement in place with the landlord, and then you can rent that property out and put it on Airbnb or bookings.com and generate weekly, daily rental incomes from that property. So you can earn anything, say from like £500 to £1,000 minimum every month as pure profit. Some days you might earn more, some months you might earn more, peak seasons over time. It depends who your target market is. It might be contractors, it might be leisure, it might be corporate accounts. It all varies on the people who you target and how much revenue you're going to generate from that. Serviced accommodation, you do get more rental from that on a monthly basis, depending on the type of property and who your clients are. Whereas rent to rent is more kind of fixed every month. So you'll be getting a fixed amount every month from that income. Another strategy is joint venture. So you might have £10,000 saved in your account and you want to find someone that you can work with. Reach out to family and friends, ask colleagues, someone that's got a bit of money. They may be working full-time, they want to get into property, but they don't have the time and ability to be able to do that. You've got the knowledge, do your research, work together, joint venture, and then split the profits. Joint venture is where you work with other people. You have a bit of money, they have a bit of money, combine it, put it into a pot and spend it on the property and split the profits from that. Flip, that's another strategy that a lot of people use. So you will buy a property, say below market value, you will add value to it, you will then sell it on for a higher price. So say for example, you buy a property, say £100,000, you spend £20,000 on it to renovate it, then you sell the property, it's valued say at 150,000. So you made technically kind of 30,000 from that property. You can split the profits from that with any joint ventures that you do. Another strategy is BRRR. That's buy the property, refurbish the property, rent the property, and then refinance the property. So you're going to buy the property, you're going to renovate it, you're going to then rent it out, and then you're going to refinance it and pull most of all of your money out because you've added value to it, and then at some point down the line it will have increased the value of the price of the house. Remember, stick to one strategy at the start, because if you start working on different things, you're going to get confused. You need to make sure you stick to your plan, you stick to your goals. Keep learning on your strategy, make sure you work on it, research it as much as you can before you get started. Networking, that is very important. You need to be networking with the right people. Go out there, put yourself out there, tell people what you're doing, talk to family and friends, talk to colleagues, talk to people that you meet on a daily basis. Go to networking events. Every town, every city, you need to do your research online. Go on these social media groups, either it's Facebook groups, go on to Instagram, reach out to people, tell them what you're doing, let people know what you're doing. Don't be afraid to ask people. Go on to Instagram, there's a lot of people that are doing property. Reach out to them. There might be people that are on the early stages of beginning. Ask them how they're finding their journey. They will be willing to help you. They're not going to say no to you. Ask them questions. If you're stuck with someone, ask people. Go on to Facebook groups, post questions there, ask people where you're stuck, what information you need. You'll be surprised that people will help you and what knowledge you will gain from that. Read books. There's a lot of books out there that you can read. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that's a good book to read. That'll get your mindset set from day one, so you know what you need to do and how to go about it. Speak to people that are doing the same strategy as you. Ask them how they're finding it. Ask them how they're doing things differently. You'll be surprised what information and knowledge you get from speaking to other people. You need to be with the right-minded people. You need to be in that network of people that are on that journey as you. You've got to get around the right people and the like-minded people to pursue your journey. Remember, working with other people will motivate you on your journey. It will inspire you, it will encourage you, it will help you achieve that focal goal that you've set from day one. The best strategy and location. Well, it's hard to say because everyone is different. You've got to look at your current own situation. Some people will find good properties within their local hometown. Some of you might want to travel out. I mean, I personally sometimes travel out, even if it takes an hour and a half to get to my location. But it depends where the deals are good, where you can get a good return on the property. Now, everyone's current situation is different. Don't copy others or don't follow others. You want to do what's best for you. Are you happy to work in your local town where you say if there's an issue with the property and you're managing it yourself, you can get to that property with, say, within 30 minutes or 45 minutes? Or if you're happy to travel, say, an hour and a half, are you prepared to do that? You've got to work around your timing. You've got to know how much time you want to be prepared to put into the business and spend time on the business. Look at how far you want to travel. Look at how much time you want to spend. Which is the best location? You need to do research. You need to go onto the right move, look at the prices of properties. You need to do a lot of research before you take that step. Make sure you narrow down which is the best location for you, which area you want to work in. One of the biggest things is to take action. Action is very, very important. You need to take that action as soon as possible. It's no point getting your research done and just doing research upon research upon research and not taking that step or taking that action. It's crucial that you take that first step. Everything else will follow. You are going to have ups and downs. You are going to have pitfalls. You're going to make mistakes as you go along in the journey. But remember, it's a learning curve. No one gets it perfect first time. Everyone has had ups and downs in property and they've learned from their mistakes. So make sure you take that step, take action and go for it. You've got to take that step. It's no point sitting behind a computer spending hours and hours doing research and not doing anything about it. It's no point reading books upon books upon books when you're not going to take any action. We've already been through so much this year in 2020. Take action. Maybe a New Year's resolution that you're going to be taking action from next year and start your property journey. Now is the time for you to get started. Remember, it's a journey. You've got to enjoy it as you go along. Remember, property will build income for you and give you wealth. It's not going to happen overnight. It is going to take time. Set yourself a target. Deal sourcing is another way where you can make additional income every month. This will help you build up your pot so you can start investing in whichever strategy is best for you. I do it all the time. So what you do is you will find a property, whether it's below market value, package it all up, do all the running around, make sure you get pictures of the property, make sure you get the rental income details, what it can achieve, what you can get out of that property, and then you will package it up in such a way and approach an investor and sell that deal to them. So you can earn anything from, say, £2,000 to £3,000 to £5,000 depending on the deal that you have sourced. There's a lot of investors out there that have got the money but they haven't got the time. So they are rich money but time poor. So you need to know that you can find a good deal, present it in such a way and package it up and sell it onto them for a fee. That will give you, say, £2,000-3,000 extra for one deal. You can use this to build up your pot so you can start investing in property straight away. Maybe you can package up 2-3 deals a month. You need to spend a couple of hours a day just doing research, going out doing the viewings. Make sure you've got all the information that you need to be able to present to the investor. That means going out viewings, taking pictures, doing walk around videos, speaking to the agents, what's the demand in that area, connections and network with other people. So it might be a case that that investor will say, we need a certain type of property. They might be looking for residential properties. They might be looking for, say, like commercial properties that they can then renovate, split into commercial downstairs and upstairs, convert it into, say, like flats and rent them up room by room, or turn it into, like, say, 3-4 bedroom apartment or a house. There's a lot of podcasts out there that you can listen to, say, on your journey to work. You might have to go to work, say it takes you half an hour to get to work or an hour. At least you've spent at least half an hour on your journey. Listen to podcasts, listen to what others are doing. how they're going about on their journey. So at least you've got some kind of knowledge, that setting stone where you can implement that in your journey and get going straight away. It's not a case of like, I will leave it for a couple of months or I will wait till next year, because no one's going to help you get started straight away. You have to take that initial push and start to get started on your journey. Remember, property is something where you can replace your income from it. You can live a nice lifestyle. You can be with your family if you've got children and you want to spend more time with them. You can go on them nice luxury holidays that you've always wanted to. Because if you've got a portfolio of say like 5 to 10 properties, you've got a rental income of say 5,000 to 10,000 a month. Everyone's goal is different. Everyone's on a different journey. It's what you want to achieve from it and how you go about it. So you need to get going now. You need to start putting yourself out there. Speak to family and friends. Tell them what you want to do. There might be friends that have got some money saved up that you can joint venture with. Find a little property. Either it be from auction, either it's a direct to vendor, either it's from an estate agent. Get a good deal on it. You might want to say, look, you invest half money, I invest half money. Let's buy the property. Get it on a residential mortgage. At least it's that stepping stone for you to get on the property ladder, and as you go along you will learn and pick things up as you go along. Rent to rent is a good starting point, where you just rent the property from the landlord. You might have to spend say £3,000 to £6,000 just furnishing it all up. Rent it out room by room. At least it'll give you that additional income every month, which you get and put to a side and save up and then build up. And on the other hand, you're doing a bit of deal sourcing, where you say selling 1 property or 2 properties a month. Set a target. Say I want to achieve 1 to 2 properties that I want to deal package up and sell on to an investor and earn say £3,000 to £6,000 every month and save that into my pot. On the other hand, you've got your rent to rent money coming in every month in the pot, so it's building up that pot. Soon, you know it, you'll be from say 5,000 to 10 to 15,000 to 20,000, which will give you enough money to put down money for deposit. Please make sure you subscribe, like this channel and share with your family and friends. I will make sure you make sure you subscribe to the channel, you like the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, you like the channel and you share the channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and turn on that bell notification, because I'll be bringing more content every week and it helps me to help you as well. If you have any questions, make sure you comment down below and I'll be happy to assist you on that.
You're listening to
Baby line, check her out now in that beamer, rolling deep just like a caller. Never worked a day in his life, roadster. Must be a drug dealer. Check that out now in a beamer, rolling deep just like a caller.